Mic check one, two.
Yo, get out of here with them weak ass shoes, yo.
Balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep in love. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep in love.
What's going on, Balls Deep fam? Very excited to open this episode up with letting you guys know that Devin and I are getting our first episode where we have an interviewee, Connecticut's very own Tyshaun James, a wide receiver out of Central Connecticut State University. Very athletic, very talented young man. 2022 NFL prospect. So we're very excited to have him on the show, learn a little bit more about him, ask him some questions, and chop it up. Our first interview episode, give you guys a chance to learn about an athlete a little bit more personally with us, and just kind of, we're just excited, man. So with that, let's get to it.
Today, we have our very first interview on the show, and our special guest for today is Central Connecticut State wide receiver Tyshaun James. Or should I call you by your nickname, Tyshaun Move the Chains James? I don't know if you want to explain that, but but thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
To start the interview off, I know you probably the most here just because our families are close, and you played with my cousin Max, so shout out Max, back in high school, and I'm pretty sure you guys played together prior to that. But to start it off, do you want to just introduce yourself, and let's just talk about your journey, how was your upbringing, and how did football come into your life?
Oh yeah, so I grew up with my mom, my dad. I got an older sister and stuff like that, and hardworking parents, stuff like that. And the biggest thing for my dad will always say it's not the size of the house that matters, it's what's in the house, basically. So family, so we always just big on family and loyalty, and that's how it is with all my family. They always come to my games and show love that way. So I started playing football, I think, when I was 5. And then I've been playing since I was 5. So I was playing then. When I was younger, I played just running back and stuff like that. And then when I got to high school, my freshman year, I started playing QB, but it was just freshman and JB. And sophomore year, I was still playing JB, and I got a little bit of varsity burn. And junior year, that's when I really started actually playing. So junior year, I ended up starting, ended up getting all conference. And my senior year, I ended up getting all state for QB and defensive back. And that's when I committed to Central, because they want me to play offense. Other schools want me to play safety and outside backer. And I was I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to score touchdowns.
So basically, you just wanted the ball in your hand.
Yeah, pretty much it. It sounds selfish, but it's not selfish. I just want to score the ball. Yeah.
Nah, man. You can make some plays out there.
Yeah, defense, you don't really touch the ball like that.
I respect it.
All right. This is my first time meeting you, obviously not formally. But Devin was telling me that you are also a very talented basketball player. What ultimately led you to choose basketball over football? Was it just getting kind of more offers? Was it just your preference and what sport you wanted to play?
Yeah, honestly, with football, I picked up I think I put my first offer junior year or early senior year. So definitely was more attracted to that football wise, because the offer, and then Connecticut is hard to really go big, and basketball lets it be crazy nice and stuff like that. So in high school they had me playing center. I'm a 6'4" center. You're not really gonna find that nowhere, and I started to lose the love for it because I was playing the post. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play outside. So I really just focus on football way more. Football season, we're literally in football season. I literally have a week to get ready for basketball season. So I really didn't do basketball as much as I did football. And I used to lift all year round. So it was my body was getting more built for football. and stuff like that. So that's why I chose football or basketball.
But I mean, you did have a big famous dunk back in high school. Listen, I'm from Middletown, but I did go to New Bern High. So when you played New Bern High, you did have a poster. I'm not gonna say names, but you definitely had a poster.
Oh yeah, that was my first dunk ever too.
That's a memorable dunk for sure. I mean, I remember just going back to football, going to my very first game or Middletown High game. While you were there, I was going to support Max, and I was like, who's this quarterback? I'm being so serious. I was like, who's this quarterback? And then my dad, he was there, and Megan was there, Max's mom. Shout out to them. And my dad was like, yeah, that's his son. And he was talking about your dad, your pops. And I was like, no way. But bro, I swear, I was like, this dude's playing like Cam Newton right now. Because they had you doing, Middletown offense, they had you guys running like a lot of quarterback play and stuff like that. So I know Cam Newton's your favorite player. So it's just a coincidence of making that comparison. But the way they had the offense set up and the way you were running and over on the defense in general and making plays, I thought that was dope. So going from high school quarterback, and you were highly recruited. I think you were one of the best or highly ranked in the state of Connecticut. How'd you make that transition going from quarterback to receiver in college?
Yeah, honestly, it was tough going from quarterback to receiver because I really didn't play QB for that long. I only played for 2 years. So going to college, I knew I was most likely an athlete, but on the offensive side of the ball, I didn't want to go anywhere else because I knew if I was an athlete, it was going to be they were oh yeah, we're going to put you at safety and stuff like that. But I didn't mind playing safety and stuff. It's just I feel like Central was the best fit for me, players wise and coaching wise. So after I played quarterback for 2 weeks, and then I broke a long run, a 65-yard run in camp off a read option play. That's what we ran in high school. And then Coach asked me, he was like, yo, you want to play receiver? I'm like, shoot, if it gets me on the field faster, shoot, I'll play anything, honestly. So it was rough at first, just going from quarterback to receiver, because as far as you catch the ball from quarterback is 5 yards from the center. Receiver, you over there catching 30-yard pass, 40-yard pass. You got to touch the ball. Then you got to worry about getting off a jam, and you're going against guys like Tyshun Bagley, who's been playing corner his whole life, and it's just damn, this is physical as a row. And I was skinny. I was probably 180 my freshman year. I was a skinny little dude, so it was definitely tough. But after a while, after my freshman year, I started on kick return back deep, towards the end of the year. Got to play in the championship game, and my sophomore year I ended up starting. And had an all right year. It wasn't really nothing big, and then my junior year is when I really took off. So I feel this upcoming year, I feel I'm starting fresh because I haven't played since 2019. So ain't nothing much I can say. Yeah. I just played 2018, so I feel I'll just let my play do the talking, and people see that I'm back in the conference to play.
So a quick question before Jovan goes ahead and asks you a question. That your sophomore year was when you had 2 touchdowns in the championship game, right?
Yeah.
I remember because I worked in athletics your sophomore year, and I was actually working on the wayside bench or the bleachers, and I was like, man, they need to get this man the ball. And one of the coaches, players' dads on the other team was like, who are you talking about? I said, at the time you were number 1. I was like, yeah, they need to get number 1 the ball. Every time he's touched it, he's making plays, and they can't seem to stop him. And then coincidentally, I think you called a slant and took it to the crib, and then you took I forget the other route you had, and you took it to the crib as well. And I was like, see, they need to give him the ball. And then next thing you know, you became the star of the offense the following year, and you blew up. So I'm happy for you.
Yeah, that was definitely my breakout game.
There you go, putting that work in. But I know you said the transition at first from QB to wide receiver was a little bit difficult. Was there any point in time, prior to the transition? I know you said you just wanted to get on that field. So was there any point in time before or even during that transition where you kind of maybe struggling or just, maybe it wasn't going the way you wanted to at first? Was there any point where you kind of having doubts about it? Like, damn, maybe I should just, try to stick to QB, what I kind of been doing, what I already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was tough. I'm not gonna front, but like I was like always raised like you ain't quitting nothing. So
Yeah.
it was just like a thing where I felt where I could do like way more, but I just wasn't like there yet. I'm like mad competitive. Like I don't like losing in anything. Like it don't matter if we doing push up cars. Like if we lifting, I'm gonna try to beat anybody. I don't care if dude's 300 pounds more than me. I'm gonna try to beat him in a lifting contest. So it was just where I was like real competitive, and my coaches like were really good, like keeping me level headed and just like, yo, it's gonna take time. Like just keep practicing. So I always like just putting in that extra work and lean on older guys like Jose Garcia and stuff like that, and Emmanuel Scott and guys like that to like really like help me to become a better receiver and stuff like that. So it was just a lot of like staying after practice, watching film and stuff like that. And like playing quarterback, like you have to really know what everyone's doing. So after going from quarterback to receiver, I feel like I had like the quarterback mindset where I could read coverages and do stuff that I feel like that other receivers can't really do on the fly. Like they don't see a safety shift fast enough or somebody drop down. So it definitely took some time, but once I like it clicked, it just clicked from there on out.
Nice.
It definitely has its, pros because, like you said, you can read defenses. So as like a receiver, you can read certain zones and just fall within the zone of the defense, and you're wide open. So it definitely plays a factor, especially mentally. Like you said, you got to learn what everyone's doing on offense. Whereas, like as a receiver, you need to know your assignments and other receivers' assignments just in case you get moved around the field. But it's less focus on everything going on around you and more so what you're doing. So it allows you to focus more on your in particular position. So before I ask you another question, is like how different like is the high school game compared to the college game? I know you're playing two different positions, but in terms of the level of competition, like how would you compare the two?
I don't want to say it's like the same because like I don't want to like downplay it, but like once you've been playing like long enough, like I've been playing like 3 years, and I done played over 30-some games. So it's like I played in 3 championship games. So like after a while, it's just routine. And like in high school, I was like one of the biggest guys on the field at all times. And in college, one of the biggest guy or the biggest guy at my position. Whoever I go against is most likely smaller than me or not as strong as me. So it's just like it's like it translates a little bit. It's like the same. Once you get comfortable playing at the level, everything just like goes slower. Like when I first got to college, I don't lie, everything I'm like, yo, damn, this is moving real fast right now. Like I don't know if I keep up with this, but it's just it once you learn it, everything slows down. It's just like guys are just bigger, stronger, faster. Like things happen faster. Like you don't get in and out of break. It could be a pick. Where in high school, some dudes they're not even gonna be with the guy after he gets off the line. They're gonna be somewhere in the sideline, probably falling off somewhere.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it was probably overwhelming at first, but you probably realized like a lot of these guys had to make the same transition as you and kind of do the same things as you did. I mean, at the end of the day, you felt like you just had to go out there and really just do what you kind of always do, is just play some football. So, I mean, is that kind of what made the transition easier? Is just I'm going to focus on going out there and doing what I know how to do and just, play my game of football.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I always made it like as I'm going to worry about me. I'm not going to worry about the next guy doing this and that.
Definitely.
Like, I always, like, watch film on DB and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if I prepare how I got to prepare, it's going to put the DB in a lot of stress because they have to guard me. I don't got to guard them. So they have to follow me around and do what I do, honestly. So that's like the biggest thing for me is just like focus on what I gotta do and control what I control. And I feel like if I starting from Monday all the way till we leave for a game on Thursday, if I'm locked in watching film and doing what I gotta do in practice and take care of my body and focus and asking questions, stay at the practice, I feel like I'll end up having like a productive game day.
So quick question. I know you played. We already mentioned that you played basketball in high school. You also, played track, correct? So did you ever actually run a 40?
And
like in general, have you ever ran a 40?
Just running. Yeah, I ran last time I ran a 40 was like in high school.
Do you remember your time at all? I'm pretty sure it improved.
Yeah, it was like 4.52.
So, and I'm pretty sure it's only improved because obviously you fine tuned your game and things of that nature. But
yeah,
I just asked that question just because to give the viewers an idea of how fast you are as a player, especially shifting from QB to receiver. So now I ask that question. What receivers or like what pro receiver would you compare your game to give other like the viewers that never seen you play, like what give them an idea of what kind of player you are by comparing yourself to giving yourself a pro comp?
I would say like Mike Evans, but I say Mike Evans, and some of my teammates be like, nah, Julio. But like Julio is like a different like I'm not stupid. Julio's a different type of dude. But I think a lot of people just say that just because like how big I am. Like he's 6'3", I'm 6'3 and a half, 6'4". He's 220, 225, and I'm 220. So it's just like the comparison of like the body build and stuff like that. But he's like fine tuned with everything he does, and so I really say like I watch like Julio, I watch Mike Evans, I watch Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Larry Fitzgerald. I try to like take stuff out like all out of all their games because like I really don't watch like the little guys because I'm being realistic. I'm not gonna move like those guys. I'm quick, but I ain't as quick as them. I'm not about to be like no Tyreek Hill and all that stuff. I can run past people, but I'm not gonna beat people by like 40 yards how they be doing. So I just have like a select few guys that I always like to watch and like keep in mind when I watch them.
Yeah, so like although you're not as quick and fast as those small guys, you can play in the slot, correct? Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm getting moved around a lot. Yeah. I'm all over. Yeah. That's what I want though, because like we play teams where I'm on the outside. It's either for them to double or get a jam on me. So now if I'm in the slot, I got like a backer on me. So it's either they're gonna have to put the safety over top, and that's gonna leave somebody else open. Which we have receivers that can make plays. So it's just like you double me if you want to, you're gonna get hurt. But with the running game, with the receivers, so we definitely have a lot of pieces. Not just myself, but all around the offense.
So just to backtrack a little bit, I know Devin was talking about the 40 time and everything. I mean, obviously, as you became more, got a little bit more athletic ability and things, your 40 time obviously is going to improve and stuff like that. But how much do you think the transition from QB to wide receiver? Because Devin talking about your play style at QB. Obviously, it's clear to me you've always been a quick guy. But how much do you think that transitioning from QB to wide receiver and having to have that footwork of a wide receiver and a route runner and things like that, how much do you think that helped you in terms of your speed?
Yeah, well, I always like train like speed. Like me, I was just always like people like, oh, he's a quarterback, he's a receiver. No, I just put myself as an athlete because I feel like I play a lot of positions. Like even in college now, I done thrown a pass, I done caught a pass, I done ran a touchdown. So like you put me like anywhere you want offense, and I'm gonna find a way to like make it work. So like I always like wanted to be a guy that had like speed. Cause I don't want to be a quarterback that was slow just in case somebody come blitzing. Because in high school, they'll throw all types of blitzes at me and spies and stuff to try to get me to get out the pocket and like contain me and stuff like that. So I always like worked on my speed, and that's when I started working on like a breakout athlete or Brantford, which like helped me like really like take off. But you can see like if you go on his pages like deep down. When I first started, I was mad skinny, long arms, long neck, skinny legs, and then he just helped me like just build like muscle and like just build muscle and speed all over again. Because before I got there, I wasn't moving like that.
I mean that's good though. That it's helped you make that transition, and obviously it's definitely helped you slow the game down. Like you mentioned, you didn't want to downplay anything, but they say when you perfect your game, the game seems to slow down. It definitely showed in your junior year, especially for your campaign. You had 48 receptions, 978 reception yards, 24 carries for 167 rushing yards, 14 all-purpose touchdowns, and that was first. And you were also first team All-NEC, which is dope. you were snubbed on one thing, and I know you used it as a chip on your shoulder for your senior year, so I'm expecting big things. Jovan, I know we might be around to tune in to the CCSU games if they're allowing fans in the games, because Tyshaun's family, I'm telling you, when they have that cookout in the, they be taking over the parking lot.
Yeah,
They be taking up. They
be
food.
They're making the tailgates live.
Yeah, they do. They take over. They take over. They take over the parking lot. I remember working there, and they be trying to sneak me food while I was working. I was like, I can't. Big Mike's walking around, and Big Mike's like 6'8", so he see everything. But then after the game, I would come through and they showed love. So that was dope. But I mentioned your big campaign, and obviously it was disappointing that CCSU didn't have a season last year, and that's exactly why you stood and essentially took your redshirt year, and now it's your senior year. So what have you done in the downtime in 2020 to kind of prepare for your senior campaign?
I was just getting back healthy because my junior year, the third game of the season, I tore my labrum, which a lot of people didn't know. So I was playing all season with a torn shoulder. So after the season, like after the Albany game, I think like a week later, I ended up getting an MRI, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's torn." So I had to get surgery. So I was out. I missed all winter workouts and stuff like that. I just had a rehab, and I was just basically like building my body and my strength back up. So I've been fully healed and fully good for a minute. So now I'm just working on a lot of just like receiver stuff. I feel like the weight room aspect, like I got it there. Like really not trying to get any like stronger. I'm just trying to gain like some more weight and just add like muscle, lean weight. I'm trying to get to like 220 with like a lower percent body fat, probably like around 8 or 7% body fat. So I've been going around to like different trainers. I went out to Atlanta to train my cousin at Sideline Hustle and stuff like that. So that's like the biggest thing for me is more like I done did all the hard schoolwork. So now it's more of this is like a more business type of thing for me, trying to focus on what I got to focus on for this football season to be the best I can be the first game of the season and compete for a championship and a playoff.
So that alone, what you just said, saying that you tore your labrum, you said third game of the season. So, and you played through the season and you were first team All-NEC. So that shows toughness, that shows heart, and it's dope to just to hear that. But question, I don't know how you did it. So like, how'd you like push through the pain and still be able to perform at a high level?
Shoot, honestly, I don't know. That junk was hurting. Every time I get hit, I was like, damn, I get hit. I have to take like a series or two off so I could get like right back in it. And I'll go right back to playing again. And then after the game, everybody be celebrating. I just be sitting on the bench with my head down, just like, I'm like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. So, but the coaches, they helped spare me some games. They would like the games where I didn't have like crazy receiving yards or any touchdowns. They like held me back, which I was kind of mad at because it was holding back my streak. Because like the first couple games, I was scoring like 2-3 touchdowns a game, and then it started going from 1 to none to none to none. So they was like holding me back a little bit because I was hurt. But yeah, it was painful. When it first happened, it was like it felt like somebody put lighter fluid on my shoulder and just set it on fire. It's like I'm like, yo, my shoulder was like burning. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with my shoulder? And I couldn't like pick it up and move it. I'm like, oh shit! I said, sun is up right now. The trainer told me, it was like, yeah, you probably tore your labrum. I was like, well, I gotta do this. I either gotta get surgery, and like, yeah, it ain't happening. So I'm just gonna modify it for the whole year with lifts and practice. So I wasn't really doing a lot of hitting in practice and stuff like that, or lifting anything like that.
I mean, it shows that CCSU's like obviously has your best interest, so that's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you got that no quit attitude that you were kind of had instilled in you. So obviously, playing through a torn labrum, that I couldn't even imagine playing through any type of injury, let alone something like that, especially at receiver. But with that being said, like, how's your shoulder feeling now heading into your senior year?
That's good.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's good. I just got back I was training today at Diligence in East Hartford, so it's good. My shoulder good. I've strengthened it all the way to probably the strongest it could be. It's probably stronger. The hurt one that was hurt before is probably stronger than the other one now, so I got to catch the other one up. But, yeah, it's good. I was just taking it like day by day, after I got off my sling and stuff like that, I'll be in my room trying to do like a push up, and I was like, nah, I can't even hold myself up. So it was a lot of like dumbbell work and stuff like that. But I went to PT in Cromwell, at Select Therapy, and shout out to my Dr. Rachel, because she definitely knows what she's doing, bro.
That's good. That's good. It's you always gotta put your health first. So like, I never experienced a shoulder injury. I know the little shoulder injuries I had, they were painful, but nothing too crazy like a torn labrum. I know I messed up my back in high school trying to play baseball. So, but baseball is not as physical as football. Although there was a lot of running involved, I kind of sense your pain a bit. So, but
that you can't play.
No, I was out for the season. You still found a way to push through and play the season at a high level. So, props to you. But going into your senior year, like, is there a particular part of your game that you're looking to improve specifically?
Yeah, just catching. I think I had last year. I probably had like 4 drops at most. So just catching the ball and then just route running, coming like. Because the thing is, like, I'm at the point where I feel like I'm good enough to beat who I'm going against one-on-one at the level that I'm at with the FCS level. So now it's about beating guys at the FBS level and going against guys in the NFL. So it's not, I don't want to just look at one spot. I want to look farther than that. So it's about perfecting my craft. So when I do go against better competition or guys in the NFL, that I can keep up with that.
You mentioned, the FBS level, and I see the CCSU schedule this year. Is there a particular opponent that you're circling? I know the one that popped out at me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you go against them. But is there a particular opponent that you're looking forward to going against?
Yeah, it's popped on everybody's calendars, honestly. But once you've been playing for a long time, you can't really look ahead, because when you look ahead, that's when how's it gonna look. I think it's the 4th game of the season. How is that gonna look if we go into that game 0-3 rather than 3-0? So you can't. I'm not gonna. We play Southern the first game. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's Southern." I'm not sleeping on Southern. I know. Yeah, I know they got some dudes over there that's hungry, and it's always the underdog team that will come out that's gonna throw every punch they got, and they ain't gonna stop swinging to you till the bell rings. So that was like us with Eastern Michigan. I guarantee you they slept on us, and we got some dudes that can play. So I'm not sleeping on no team. Taking it game by game. I'm taking it camp first, see how the team is, because right now we can't have people on campus, so hopefully everybody doing what they got to do. And then once we get back,
yes. So Jovan, I don't know if you know, but they're playing the University of Miami. So that's who I was talking about.
Oh, that no, I didn't. I wasn't aware of. But I mean, like you said, I mean, it seems like it's kind of like a trend. I feel like, at least in my opinion, Connecticut sports in general, I feel like are slept on. I feel like we got a lot of good athletes in Connecticut. I mean, you just spoke about some guys in schools that you've played against that you speak very highly of, and obviously you're playing at a very high level. So I think Connecticut sports in general are very underrated. But with that being said, speaking on your senior year, your senior campaign, you're probably really excited to get to it. What are some of your personal or even team or personal goals that you're kind of hoping to reach this in your season and your senior year?
Team is win a championship, but not just win it. I really want to dominate teams. I don't care if we up by 20. I still want to keep throwing the ball. I want to down it, because we didn't play in the spring, and there's teams that probably get that hype that they won and this and that, and all these teams this and hey, we didn't play. Congrats to whoever won whatever games, but I want to dominate wherever we play. And me, I want to dominate whoever I go against, because whoever I go against, they're going to get the best out of me. So they got to bring the best out of themselves. So I'm really just worried about what I'm doing and my team's doing. So for me, it's just try to have the year that I had in my junior year. Like I said, I haven't played since 2019. And I have no doubt that I can keep up and be better than I was my junior year. But like I said, I haven't played, so there's other guys that's been playing, and they got NEC awards and the championships like that. So that's props to them. But I'm coming back, so I got to take back what's mine.
He's coming for his awards.
Yeah, my guy got snubbed, so he's definitely got a chip on his shoulder. But CCSU as a team, they went 7-0 in the conference your junior year, 11-2 overall. One of those 2 losses was against Eastern Michigan. You mentioned. But it was a close loss. So like you guys were there to the very end. I know you're disappointed, but it just goes to show like CCSU can literally play with the best of them. So I have a goal for you. Yeah. I don't know if it's already a goal for you, but get an FBS win or what you make the FCS tournament. I believe it is the NCAA tournament. Yeah.
Playoffs.
Just get a win.
FCS playoffs.
It's been tough.
I know, yo.
It's been
That's
tough.
what I've been saying. Man, I'm
confident. I'm confident you guys can get past the NEC. Obviously, you got to take it game by game. But in terms of confidence, I think CCSU is talented, like you mentioned before. So I'm more worried about when you make it to the big stage, is coming through because we've been so close. And for those that don't know. CCSU is my alma mater, so I'm always rooting for them. It's home. So, but a question for you is, I know your game personally from watching you in person, but for those that are watching or haven't watched you, like, what is it that you bring to the game or bring to your team in particular that you kind of pride yourself on?
I'll say I got good leadership and stuff like that. I'm not always like the most like outspoken guy, but I feel like I just lead by like my play and stuff like that. I feel like I'm versatile with how you can like use me in the offense. You can put me outside, you can put me at slide, you can put me at a wing for tight end, you can put me at quarterback, running back. So I feel like versatile with that and stuff like that, and just mad competitive, yo. I just don't like losing. That's really it. I'm gonna give it my all and anything.
Well, I just want you to tap on the coach's shoulder and kind of whisper in his ear, like, "Yo, let me throw the ball, yo."
I do one. Honestly, it depends on like the game plan.
I figured
that. Who we playing. Like if a team's not disciplined, we be like, "Yo, we're gonna go up top on it," because they're gonna bite on it. So we're like, "Yo, we're gonna go up top." And then we did that against St. Francis, but the wind was blowing mad hard, so it was like the wind was going against my throat. So it was like I had to like try to cut it with the wind, but if it wasn't going with that wind, man, I probably threw a touchdown pass to my boy Gio. He still caught it. I'm 1 for 1.
I mean, you guys run a lot of Wildcat. They move you around like a chess piece, which is good for you. And that's the only reason why I was like, yo, give my guy some throws, because when you make the big level, that might actually play in your favor. Like teams seem to build plays or even formations around players that bring versatility. I know you're a Patriots fan. Just look at when the Patriots organized plays for Julian Edelman, who was a former quarterback. So it's the NFL is adopting the NCAA game, the college game, with their play calling. So showcasing that versatility that you've been doing, it's only going to benefit you in the end, and you kind of getting more throws and kind of show NFL scouts like what you working with. So
my boy about to be the next Taysom Hill, about to be everywhere over here.
Yeah, he getting paid. He getting
For real.
paid.
Nah, but I mean, I love the fact that, like you said, I mean, it seems like you pride yourself on the fact that, I mean, you're an athletic guy. You know what I mean? That's the big part of your game, is that you can move anywhere. And it's not that you're not talented at any position. Clearly you are. I mean, you've played quarterback at a high level. You've played wide receiver now at a high level. So I mean, it's really impressive to me. And I think that's huge. I mean, you could go out there and you could teach anybody, technique, but it's hard to, you really can't teach the athletic ability. So, I mean, that's huge for you that you really, try to hone in on that wherever they have you on the field. And it seems like, you help your team win any way they really need you, which is, great for you in college right now and, in the future in your, dreams of getting to the next step, which is the league. So, props to you, man. Definitely. I can't wait to. I'm hoping that CCSU allows some fans at the game so I can watch you for the first time.
Oh yeah, they definitely will. It's gonna be full capacity. They got it. It's gonna be that first game we play Southern. Yo, that first game we play Southern, whole CT gonna be there.
I would hope so. I would hope so. And mentioning CT, like you guys are going through a transition with quarterback because Aaron Winchester was your quarterback your junior campaign. He graduated, I believe, and now is QB competition. So I'm pretty sure you're helping ease that transition because whoever is quarterback gets to throw to you. I'm rooting for Kyle because he's a Middletown guy, and he didn't even go to MHS, but I was hoping to see that combo in high school, and now there's a chance. So I'm rooting for Kyle. You don't gotta give me any insights, but Kyle, I'm rooting for you if you're watching this. But that would definitely be dope to see on the college level, especially your senior campaign, and then just both of you guys show out because this would be his first year, and then especially with the offense you guys run, Jake's in the NFL. He's making big moves himself. So to see that go before you is, even though he's playing a different position, he's kind of the blueprint of going from a small school like CCSU, even though it's D1, it's D1 AA, and kind of making it to the league and following suit. So how do you view what he did and kind of use that as like motivation for yourself?
Oh, that's my guy. Yo. Honestly, he deserves it, man. He's like one of the hardest working dudes I ever played with. Like he gonna win every sprint. He got them long legs too, and he don't even be running fast either. Like he's got long legs, so he definitely deserves it. He's a hard worker. He's a great quarterback. He's smart in the school and on the field and stuff like that. So when you work hard, good things come to you. I don't believe in, that's lucky. Like, the dude's been working out ever since I went there and before I was at Central, and he's working at other schools. So I feel like he definitely deserves it. I don't feel like there's no luck in that, and hopefully he gets the chance to show what he can do and play. 'Cause I know he'll capitalize on every opportunity he gets.
And then so we're coming to the end of the interview. So we got some speed round questions for you to kind of top it off. Jovan, do you want to start it off?
Duff. All right, so if you could catch a pass from any NFL QB, who would it be?
Cam Newton.
Is it?
Okay, that's your favorite player. That makes
so that's
sense.
it? Is this because your favorite player?
Yeah, it's because we got the same middle name and stuff. So like, he was one of my favorite players since I was younger. Like that's how I modeled my game after when I played quarterback. I always do like the Superman pose when I score. So is it him? I feel like he battled a lot of adversity and stuff like that. People always got bad things to say about somebody in the world. So I feel like he fights back with a lot of stuff he does. Even though he had like a tough, rough like the last year or whatever, still won the Heisman. He still won a national championship. Still went to the Super Bowl. Like he's still that guy to me. So.
I mean, I know you were talking about how you play with a chip on your shoulder. I mean, Cam Newton, same thing. Like that guy always plays with a chip on his shoulder. So it's very resembling in that sense.
This might be the same answer, but I'm just gonna ask anyway. But if you could jersey swap with any NFL player, who would it be?
Nah, it would probably be Larry Fitzgerald. I ain't gonna front.
I respect it.
It'd definitely be Fitz.
Larry Legend.
Yeah. Gosh, jersey spot with Fitz. Put in a big old frame, everything. It gotta be nice. It gotta get cleaned every day. Yeah, it's
that
gonna
man
fit
has
all
more
day.
tackles in his career than catches. I mean, no. What is it? More tackles than drops.
The drop passes.
Yeah, then drop.
That man don't drop nothing.
It's Larry Legend. Outside of football, what's your biggest or favorite hobby?
Honestly, just chilling like with my family. Like my family's big, so it's always like cookouts and like get together and stuff like that. So I'm more of like a family guy. Like I'd rather be around my family than be around like anybody else because I know they're gonna keep it real with me and just always like bringing like good spirits. I know with them, I'm always gonna be safe at any point in life.
I'm definitely. I definitely could understand that for sure. So this is more for the younger guys, the youth, coming after you. Is there if you had a message for upcoming athletes, like what would it be?
Honestly, man, just everybody says like work hard, but like just be like your own person. Because once you get to like 8th grade and then go to like high school, you're gonna start seeing like who your real friends are and stuff like that, and what paths people will try to like pull you in and guide you in. And I feel like the guys that like I hang around with like back home or even on the team and stuff like that, where I feel like they wouldn't put me in jeopardy to like mess up my career and what I got going. So you always want people around like that, and like I'm big on like loyalty and stuff like that. So just like find people that's like really loyal to you, because like once there's gonna be tough times where you're not doing as good and you want those people around, and then when you're doing good, you still want to have those people around you and stuff like that, and just really focus on what you gotta do. Like it don't matter whether you go Division 1, 2, or 3. People make it everywhere. Whether you make it to the NFL or NBA, or whether you don't make it pro at all, you still can make money as long as you got like a degree and stuff like that.
For sure. Education first. I know I watched before, you said a big reason why you stood obviously was to fine tune your game and you use it to the best you can, but it's also because you wanted to graduate. So education comes first for you youngins out there. You got to get it done in the classroom before you get it done on the field. CT's got a lot of talent, past and present, and a lot of the reason why some of them haven't made it out was because the education part of it. So my coach in high school baseball always told me, you're a student athlete, student comes first. So you get it done in the classroom, you can have all the fun you want when it comes to game time and stuff like that. So
don't get me wrong, yo. We had a football season. I was gone, yo. We had a football season, man. I was preparing to get drafted or be on some NFL team. I was out, yo. I was so set on this year. I'm like, damn, COVID hit, but you know everything happens for a reason. So I feel like God gave me this extra year to really like fine tune whatever I got to fine tune. And I feel like I'll be more complete for the season, and then after the season, whenever I train and get ready for a pro day and stuff like that.
I do want to say that I respect, the advice that you gave, like Devin said, the youngins. Because most times you ask people that question, they will say, all the football stuff and things like that. But you're telling them, look out for yourself first. Make sure you stay on the right path. That's most important because regardless of how talented you are, how much work you put in, if you don't stay on that path, all that's out the window. So
yeah,
I do respect that message for sure. But with that being said, where can people find you on social media? Where can the Balls Deep fans support you at? Show you love? Where can we watch your highlights?
My Instagram is Tyshaun J James. I don't even know my Twitter. I think it's Tyshaun James 02. That's what my Twitter is. I got like my highlight and my bio and stuff like that. I don't even really remember my social media like that.
We'll definitely be putting it for them so that they can
we'll drop it in the description for you.
We'll definitely give you a chance.
On that. They might find a whole different. They might, this is not him.
We'll drop it in the description below for you guys wondering, since he's not 100% sure. But before we let you go, I gotta ask this question. Just kind of put you on the spot. But top 5 receivers in the game, who is it? Right now.
Right now. All right, I got Diggs at one. I got no order. I got Diggs. I got Devontae Adams. I got Julio. I got Justin Jefferson. I got DeAndre Hopkins.
I was going to ask you, where's DeAndre at? But you got him in. You fit him in.
Nah, I'm gonna put him in. I was just making sure I gotta make sure I put the other guys in. But Julio, he hasn't played in a minute, but like Julio.
So what you're saying is Julio's number 1, even though you said no order. Julio's number 1.
Yeah, Julio number 1. But if AB wasn't really like he sat out for a minute, AB would be because AB is just different.
That's a solid 5 though. I agree.
Yeah.
When Julio's healthy, I mean he's definitely.
You kind of surprised me with the Justin Jefferson throw in, just because our conversation on Twitter when I told you to rank guys, you were just like, I need to see more from Jefferson, but Jefferson showed out, so
yeah, but he's
definitely
tough,
for sure.
Yeah, he had 1,000 his rookie year. I think he made All Pro his rookie year. So like
for sure. So I respect the list.
Yeah.
I respect the list. I know I put you on the spot, so you might have forgot some people. Your list, hey, it's good. It's good.
Good way of throwing there. There's still AJ Brown or DK.
So listen, if you guys are watching and you have any anything in regards to his list or anything regarding this interview, just drop a comment.
Drop a comment
and let us know. But if you take someone out of his list, you add someone to his list, you gotta say who you taking out. That's the rule.
And why?
Yeah. We gotta know why.
I need to know why. I need to know why they're better.
We gotta know, so you can't trash his list and not come with with evidence for your damn self. All right, so.
Only one they can drop is Justin Jefferson because he playing. Everybody else playing on the outside. He the only one that really playing in the slot. So I need a slot receiver. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add him in there. Everybody else playing the slot too a little bit, but
you gotta explain yourself.
Number ones.
They gotta explain themselves in the comments. So that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're gonna take someone out, you gotta say why and who you're replacing them with. But besides that, if you have any questions for Tyshaun, drop it in the comments. We'll forward it to him and give you his answer if he doesn't answer you directly. And if you have anything regarding this interview in general, just drop a comment. As we say every episode, we want to interact with you guys. So go follow Tyshaun on all social media platforms. We'll make sure to drop his pages in the description below. And then that's all. So unless Tyshaun has one last thing he wants to say, this is the end of it.
Just thank you for having me.
We appreciate you guys for coming up. We appreciate you for coming on and taking your time. I know you're busy. You said coming straight from training, so you see it here first. He's working hard for his season, and we're looking forward to seeing you play. Jovan mentioned it earlier. Hopefully, we could go watch you live and see you ball out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And just to reiterate, again, thanks for joining us and speaking to us, answering some of our questions. We appreciate it. It was nice having you on, getting to know you a little better. Hopefully, get to meet you in person at some point. But I appreciate your time. I know you're a student athlete, so I imagine you're a very busy guy. So we do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Definitely.
And best of luck next season. It should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, man.
I think we all are, with COVID messing up everything. But
finally get to go to some events.
I know. I just went to a Yankee game for the first time in forever. So that felt good. Yeah. So now NFL season's coming. So I'm looking forward to going to some football games. So CCSU being one of them. So we'll see. But thank you again. And then until next time, peace.
Peace.
Out.
And that wraps up our interview with Tyshaun James, the wide receiver out of Central Connecticut State University. If you enjoyed this interview, please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us a comment or even a 5-star review if you truly enjoyed it. If you leave a review, we'll make sure to shout you guys out on the following episode just because you guys took time to show some love. So we'll take some time to show some love back. But as we said at the end of the interview with Tyshaun, make sure to just go follow him and show some support on his social media pages just because the dude is a talented kid out of Connecticut. It's not often where kids from Connecticut are able to go and live out their dreams and play on a big stage at a high level like he has already. So or just have the opportunity to play at a high level at that. So just go show some love and let him know that the Balls Deep fam sent you, just so he knows that this interview just meant that much more. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and go Devils. Best of luck next year. Until next time. Peace.
You're talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. We're talking about balls deep in love. I'm talking about balls deep. My boy's talking about balls deep. We're talking about balls deep in love.